Well, it finally happened.
It did.
Didn't really see it coming.
Nope.
But it happened. And I will say this, that it could have been a whole lot worse. There. Takes a little while to calm down from that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does. We're about to tell you the story. Well, just this past week, we were getting ready to head out for another weekend excursion with some friends of ours, TNT RVing, and connect up with them again, Tony and Tina, and just went over on Wednesday. I don't know how you do, but ours is in storage, and we went to go over, and Deana likes to turn the refrigerator on, so it's cool, and we just kind of do a last walk through to make sure everything that's there
and
is
it's only 10 minutes from our house,
Not
so it
far
makes
at all.
it very convenient.
Secured, cameras, all those kind of things.
Yeah, fencing all the way around.
So we left there about 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and because of the rain on Thursday, we were a little later getting away. It was probably about 1 o'clock. We went back over, and I was so proud that we backed in and hooked up our fifth wheel the first time. Now, we've not been pulling a fifth wheel that long.
No.
But we got it the first time.
I know, it was pretty nice.
We were amazed.
Yeah.
So I did my last walk around, and it was then I noticed that, hey, Deana had been in the side of the trailer. I didn't know she had gone in.
Right.
And I said, Deana, did you go inside the trailer? And you said,
Nope.
And I said, the door is ajar. And that's when we realized what had happened. I looked inside, and everything had been ransacked.
Oh.
All over.
Yeah.
Our TV had been taken off of its mount on the wall. It was laying down on the table. There were things thrown everywhere. At first, I thought all the cabinet doors had been ripped off.
And honestly, we couldn't figure out how they got in because we have an RV lock.
Yeah.
Now, it's the older one, but we couldn't figure out how they got in. Nothing looked damaged at all, fortunately, with our door.
Right, and we did look closer and realize they had sprung the door.
Yeah, but I thought the night before I left it opened.
But that wasn't the case.
But I remember locking it.
Yes. So we began looking around, still in shock, realized the cabinet doors hadn't been ripped off. Every one of them were standing open, every cabinet.
Yeah.
Every
all
place
of our food was out. I mean, our cans were out.
In our bathroom and bedroom, they had opened every door and just thrown everything on the floor.
All of our linens were all over the floor.
They pulled our bedding down like they were either laying down in the bed or looking for something. One of the things they did, they got in my nightstand. I just keep a little bag of brownies in there. There's brownie bites, just to snack on if I want something in the middle of the night. They had sat on the end of our bed and eaten it and left the bag and the crumbs on the bed. It was just weird. And then they went through all of our DVDs. We have a lot of DVDs, just old movies and different things that we enjoy watching if it's raining and nothing on TV. So I was amazed when we looked at the DVDs.
Right.
They had gone through the DVDs and taken all of my Clint Eastwood Western movies. I mean, you got to give them credit for good taste, but still.
Well, you thought close to 10 of them. We had a lot. We had not watched them all yet.
Yeah,
so the first thing we did was what?
You called the security, or you called the storage place, and I called the police.
The police. That's right.
And we let them know right away what was going on, because it's real important. We didn't know if they were still in the grounds because our door was ajar.
Right.
Obviously, they were coming back.
They were going to come back for our television.
And it was still laying in there. Some of our appliances were kind of out there where they could come back with something bigger to pick those kind of things up. But best we can tell, about $1,000 to $1,200 worth of electronics, the DVDs, just items that were gone. But
my Dyson vacuum cleaner, which I can see, but they didn't take the charger.
Could be important
That's the first thing.
Good. So if we're thinking about putting it on Marketplace, and if somebody calls just looking for a plug-in.
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because I had lost one and found it in the RV and bought another one. So I had 2 chargers.
They didn't take either one?
They didn't take either one of them.
To be serious, it was disheartening.
We were in shock too. Right?
That, you know, there are some people that are very desperate. I think after we did settle down a little bit, our hearts kind of broke that people are so desperate. They're desperate either for the thrill of it, for the victimization of it, for the need for drug money, for whatever.
I mean, everybody always says it's drugs, and it may be. I mean, there's a good chance, but maybe it's to put food on their table. And desperate people will do desperate things, and so we just kind of step back and we're very thankful they didn't hurt any of our RV. It was not damaged at all.
We can get to a place where we justify those kind of things for whatever reason, and so but we really prayed for those folks.
We did.
There's just a rumbling in people's hearts.
I mean, it's just sad kind of where our country is today, but again, desperate people will do desperate things. And tell us your story.
And what you've done in place, because there's different things that can be done as a result of this, and oftentimes we don't even consider those till after something like this. But we've thought of a couple of possibilities. In Deana, I've come up with a great idea.
What's that?
I think this would solve the problem, and it would never happen again. I think we should go to the zoo and we should purchase a 300-pound gorilla.
Don't do it! Don't!
And set him right in the middle of the room. I think if somebody broke into our RV and there's a 300-pound gorilla sitting there eating a banana looking at them, I don't think they'll even come in.
Oh, I think you're probably right.
So that was my first suggestion. Okay, maybe that's not a good suggestion. But there are some things that you can do, just ways to put, different locks on doors.
And we did that. We have ordered the updated version of RV Lock because that one was it was with their other RV, and it had some plastic, but the brand new ones are all metal. So, but I think the first thing that we did that was right was call the police. Yeah. Because you need a case number. And then later on we called our insurance company. Then we called the storage place and they came out.
We've talked with the storage facility about cameras. They're going through those now.
Well, we gave them more exact times because they have constantly rolling video, and Duane gave them the approximate times we were there on the day before and when we hit last
Because
Thursday.
Had this been just another time, it might have been a month before we would have been back to our RV. And then regularly going to check on our unit as much as possible. Again, if something happens, you find it as quickly as possible. Can help narrow that window down, can be very good. And again, the storage facility, apart from putting up iron gates and a steel building around it, people that have an intentionality to do something will probably be able to do it. But as the RV community can stick together, we can eliminate some of those challenges along the way.
So that brings up another thing. If you're going to do like we do when winter really hits and we can't go out anymore, you might want to take out the electronics that you have in there. I mean, in some cases, you could take out your television. We never have before. Just things like that. And because that's what cost a lot of money was the electronics we had.
And if you think in these terms, it may not be a bad idea when you're in your RV to even list valuable things.
That's a good idea.
Valuable things that are in your RV.
Just like you would your home.
Yeah, you're just not always thinking in those terms. So maybe making a list helps you should that ever happen.
Right. And one thing that I was thinking, this last, when we did go camping, we ran into a YouTube channel called Adventure Bandits. Yeah, and I will post what happened to them, their RV, a tree hit their RV. And so they took that opportunity to teach everybody, about your insurance policy. And one of those was replacement. But I called our insurance company after I watched that video and called our insurance company, and we did a replacement value. So they are going to replace they'll, I think, give us the funds for it. And so
Even with all of that, because the unit wasn't damaged,
right,
we still went camping.
we did.
We
did.
settled all that matter as best we could. We were already hooked up because, as I told you, we did it the first time. We didn't disconnect. And we said, we still have a destination to get to. So whatever happens in life, don't let it set you back so far you can't keep on the journey.
And you need to be around your friends.
Yeah.
And they knew, we had contacted them and said we're going to be a little bit late. So they already knew, and they helped us through that.
Yeah. Anyway, we just wanted to, again, share some of our journey with you.
Right.
It's still the best of us to the best of you, because life's bigger than things. If you've not subscribed to us, let me just take a minute and say, please do. That is of such value to all YouTubers for those subscriptions. And if you enjoyed this, give us that big old thumbs up to let us know that we're on the right track.
Right.
And push the bell so that we're able to let you know when our next video comes out. And we just love traveling along with you in this means through YouTube. But thanks again for your time, for watching us.
And thanks for being a part of our family.
Absolutely.
Right.
Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.